What is up, Libra Rising gang, Libra Sun, Moon, and Venus signs? Welcome to your tarot reading here at the Intuitive Teacup. Happy to have you guys. Anyone is welcome to join this reading, but it will be geared specifically towards my Libra Rising. Four of Wands, celebration and milestones. Hell yeah, Libra. Let's hope that comes out again. Welcome guys, happy to have you. These are general messages here on YouTube, so that means not everything I say will resonate with every single one of you every time. Know that in advance. Come in with an open heart, an open mind, realistic expectations. I hope lots of these messages motivate you, inspire you, and empower you. However, if you're not feeling that way, release the messages. Assume they're going out to someone else. Don't be offended if it's not your message. I think that's very important too. But hopefully, again, there's something in here you can take away. You're accountable and responsible for all your actions and decisions. Other than that, let's hop in. Let's have some fun. So let's tap into that Libra energy. We'll go around the wheel, and I will highlight some of the important tarot cards that I see coming out for you. Ace of Wands, love it. Wheel of Fortune, Six of Swords, Three of Cups. Oh my goodness, did I just lose power? Are we still recording? Hopefully we are. Oh my goodness, how bizarre. My light just went out. All right, I'm going to keep doing this. Page of Swords. Wow, you have really strong cards. I promise I'm going to fix the light issue. I went through with all this, so I just want to make sure I finish the wheel out. Okay. Bottom of your deck, Eight of Pentacles. All right, so let me figure out my light issue, and we were going to hop right back in. I think maybe my bulb just went out. I have this really big studio light. Anyway, BRB. All right, Libra, sorry about that. We're back. I lost power, and there was no reason why. It's not raining, it's not windy, it's not snowing, so I don't know. Maybe it was magical. I wanted to keep moving with your cards just because the cards that came out looked really good, so rather than reshuffle it all, and anyway, technical difficulties, we're here, we're doing it. So let's start off, I guess, with houses of relationships. And specifically looking at sort of you versus the seventh house, your first house, meaning a new match, a new spark, new reason to feel inspired, to feel motivated. The wands very much have to do with the fire element, which is kind of like what lights your fire, what gets you jazzed, what gets you excited. Something is, not necessarily in this deck, but frequently the Ace of Wands is sort of attributed to like that more kind of phallic looking symbol. So in a sense, what is arousing you, for lack of a better term? The King of Pentacles, for some of you, is showing up in your seventh house. So possibly something to do with an earth sign, a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, especially a male one, but it certainly doesn't have to be, right? I mean, especially with two sort of masculine energies here, this could just indicate same-sex couples. In which case, Libra, if you do strongly resonate with being a female, right, it could be that you're the one being a little bit more assertive, or the chaser versus the chasee. I know that's shocking, but believe it or not, sometimes that's how you find the winner. You may be sort of extending an olive branch to someone and taking a risk on, again, possibly a male earth sign. It doesn't have to be. This could also just represent your husband. Seventh house has to do with long-term committed partnerships. So if you're in one, you kind of have a great card showing up in terms of like loyalty, stability, someone who's there for you, someone who has their life together, someone who has their shit together, who's good with their money, they have a job, they care for their family, things of that sort. He's kind of my favorite king if we're looking at it in that respect. Like any sign or any person, of course there's drawbacks. Nothing is absolutely perfect, but generally speaking, I like this guy showing up in your house of long-term partnerships. So if, I don't know why you would be watching this if you are having feelings that you're not with the right person, but maybe you are, right? I don't mean to judge at all. Typically, I would say majority of people are watching tarot because they are not necessarily in a partnership, but they're thinking about one. So let's jump to your house of dating. Two of Pentacles. So typically Two of Pentacles is exactly what it looks like. Two options or decisions, choices to be made. Quite literally, I love this card. This is actually one of my favorite cards in the deck, which I know is so bizarre because it's Two of Pentacles. I just think it's so interesting. I guess it's the artsy-fartsy part of me that's like, oh, that's so cool. I love how the artist did that. One is literally dangling on a string in front of her eyes. So I guess that says to me, like, who are you keeping hanging, or vice versa? Who are you waiting on, but they're sort of keeping you... It makes me think of that Supreme song, You Just Keep Me Hanging On, Set Me Free, Why Don't You, Babe? Because you already have one in your hand, and I don't mean to offend, I'm just being completely honest. With this, it's almost like you're keeping one in your back pocket, but are you taking it for granted? Are you not giving it enough time or attention or appreciation? And I mean, if you're not exclusive or committed to anyone, you have no reason to do that per se. Other than the biggest message I got from this is that you already have an ace in your pocket, so why are you not looking at it? Especially if you are married, this says to me you may sort of be, if not acting on it, though this has a lot to do with action, dreaming or fantasizing about another option. We'll throw some more on it. I guess part of me is wondering if you are in a loveless marriage or a relationship, but you're just not satisfied. And again, I say this completely unbiased. I'm just asking, like, why? Why are you in that? Why are you staying? Is it too scary to leave the comfort zone? Is there an awkward conversation you're avoiding? You know, it's funny, the more I look at this, in terms of order of the tarot cards, a lot of you are going to go from 2 to 1, and it's almost like the zodiac wheel starts again. So a lot of you, it's weeding out the rest. It's cutting it down. It's possibly becoming exclusive with 1 because... I'll give you the benefit of the doubt here, right? Maybe some of you are just dating around and you are at the point where things are starting to get more serious or more committed with one over the other. So maybe it's time to sort of cast one to the side and understand, okay, like if I'm in this and I respect this person, generally speaking, we like exclusivity. Does everybody? Of course not. I'm a realist. I get it. But if you are looking for exclusivity, I just feel like there's a nudge for you to make the decision. Others of you, again, if this has to do with being in an unhappy relationship, whether it's marriage or not, if you don't sort of get your ducks in a row with an exit strategy or move forward on that difficult conversation, universe is going to do it for you. That's kind of what the Tower says, and that's not a threat. I don't do fear-based readings. I simply don't believe in that. But it's a gentle reminder if you are stuck in an unhealthy or toxic relationship or something that it is not promoting spiritual growth, you can stay there as long as you choose, but ultimately, universe wants you to grow and thrive. I always say that about your intuition, too. Your intuition doesn't keep you safe. Your intuition doesn't put you in situations of grave danger, but it does nudge you in a direction to go after things that maybe intimidate you, because again, from that facing our fear, we tend to grow and develop, right? So your intuition is always trying to keep you where you know you should be, but sometimes we can really justify, Libra, or find reasons why it's better to stay. I'll do it another day, right? So basically, I think this is just saying to me this says you need to take action. Mars energy, the planet of Mars has a lot to do with sexuality, masculinity, assertiveness, aggressiveness. So very possible that this week, this might be specifically tailored to my male Libras out there watching. It could also be a cross-watcher's reading for those peeking in on Libra, especially if you are a male or whatever. And maybe it's same-sex partnership, right? 2 of Pentacles in your dating life, it's not a bad position to be in, but because Saturn is also sitting there, there's a lot of responsibility on you to take this area of your life very seriously. And so with that, it's only as much as a buzzkill as you want it to be. I'm certain I'm repeating messages that I've already shared with you last week, but just to reiterate, any place where Saturn exists in your birth chart, in the zodiac sign, in the sky, right? It's, for everyone, it is currently sitting in the sign of Aquarius. Where Aquarius falls in your birth chart is specific to you. Now, if my Libra risings are out there, I'm talking specifically to you guys because your 5th house is ruled by Aquarius, the zodiac sign. So with Saturn sitting there, Saturn, again, planet of responsibility, authority, needing to really put in the effort and the work to see the reward. It's a slow process, but it will give you exponential growth by the time it reaches the next zodiac sign. So Saturn is going to be in that house for a while. And again, it's not there to depress you, though that is very much related to Saturn because it is sort of an oppressive, heavy energy at times. But it's what you make of that struggle. Your mindset has a lot to do with how much this is going to impact your dating life right now. And I would even say, some of you out there, you're dating, you're meeting people, right? So it's not that Saturn says, no, you can't. But with Saturn, there's this restriction of, okay, we really have to kind of hone in our energy and do this in I would even argue, mature way. You're not being denied anything here. It's saying, if this is a part of your life where you've been, I'm going to say it, any sign out there, sloppy or immature or naive or not progressing and growing is specifically in that area of your life, that's why Saturn is coming around to be like, okay, time to step up to the plate. Here we go. No risk, no reward. But actually, that's really not what Saturn says. Saturn says you need to grow. You need to mature. You need to develop this. Almost like if you're an athletic trainer, right? You have to work on those muscles to get them to be big and strong. That's what Saturn does. Saturn is like your life coach, but they're not your warm and fuzzy life coach. They're not the one giving you high fives and, you can do it and good job. Saturn is like, where's my spreadsheet? And you're like, oh, I don't have it. It's going to be late. And Saturn's like, where's my spreadsheet? Like, do you know what I mean? There's an oppressive, annoying energy to Saturn, but it's what you make of it. And I guess I say that because I know some of you are probably dealing with Saturn in this 5th house and feeling like, what is going on in my life? Like every time I meet someone, it feels like it's taken away. So again, this is not a prison sentence. If anything, I'm just trying to give you a sense of hope. If you are struggling right now with your dating life and you are Libra rising, yeah, Saturn is sitting there. So it's not saying it's impossible. It's not saying you won't have pleasure in it, but I'm almost getting there might be some sort of task. There might be some sort of challenge or obstacle that, in my humble opinion, maybe it was fated. Maybe this was destiny and you were supposed to meet this opposition to work your way through it in a more progressive, mature way than you ever have before. That's just simply what Saturn does. Again, it's not a punishment to all my Libras out there, because for other people, Saturn is falling in their house of identity. People may be having a sense of identity crisis or feeling a lack of freedom, feeling restrictions in their house of money, in their house of sex, in their house of, education, in their house of jobs and career. So for you guys, again, it's dating. It also has to do possibly with children. 5th house is related to, things like childhood, because it is sort of correlated to sex, and also in a more metaphoric sense, what it is that you give birth to, right? So it could be arts and creative projects. 5th house also has to do with, pleasure, hobby, activities. And as silly as it sounds, for some of you, Saturn there means, are you having fun? Have you been putting yourself on the back burner? Like, what do you enjoy? Saturn may be coming around to say, you need to take a break from pleasing everyone else and, play piano, garden, whatever it is that you do for fun. For some of you, that's why Saturn is there. For some of you, if you've been afraid to get into a new relationship or whatever it is, Saturn is saying, all right, we got to show up. We got to do this. And again, Saturn is your life coach, but they're not a warm and fuzzy life coach. For others of you, if this is an area where you've been going like balls to the wall, partying and putting other things on the back burner, Saturn is having the opposite effect here where they're like, we need to reel it in. Like this party animal lifestyle, not anymore. That's not us. So again, this will manifest slightly differently depending on who or how you've been utilizing that kind of 5th house activity as an Aquarian. You are very much like Aquarius in that area of your life if you are indeed a Libra rising. So that might seem very general to you guys. That sort of means Aquarius is very futuristic. They're very innovative. They're a very pioneering spirit. They're very psychic, very intelligent, very good with their words, very curious, very stimulated by mental activities, much like my Libra gang out there, a fellow air sign. They're frequently thought of as a little bit different or unique, not always the most understood sign of the zodiac, but I think a lot of times it's because they're again, more futuristic than the rest of us. They seem to be one step ahead in terms of sort of like our mental capacity. Anyway, there's something sort of rebellious and just interesting. Aquarians are just interesting. That's in a very stereotypical kind of nutshell what I would sort of attribute to Aquarius. So anyway, 2 of Pentacles there's some sort of big decision that has to be made. And if it's not a decision between people, it's a decision on what you place value upon moving forward in this next chapter of your life. A lot of you have a Tower. Ironically, though, it leads to the King of Pentacles. So again, for some of you, this is, I'm not in love with this person anymore. I'm ending the marriage to this husband-like figure. Others of you, this is like when I get my ducks in a row and I start treating myself better, valuing myself, or investing in relationships that are mutually beneficial. People who are on the same page, out of nowhere, like struck by lightning, Mars energy comes in with a lot of passion, a lot of sexuality, and, maybe somebody puts a ring on it in a year. The Tower is not always bad, but it does warn you if there's an area of your life where you are remaining stuck and lacking growth, the Tower comes in like a rude wake-up call. The Tower is like, what's her name? Sharon Moonstruck, when she slaps him across the face and says, snap out of it, right? That's the Tower. It's not fun. We don't enjoy that burn, that sting on our face, but it does wake us up. It does reinvigorate us to move on to the next big thing and essentially to detach us from whatever is holding us back. For some of you, that may or may not be a male air sign, earth sign. But I did say air, didn't I? So possibly Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. That was long-winded. You're right. I don't know why that took me so long, but it felt important, so I went with it. What can I tell you? Saturn is going to be beneficial to you right now in terms of higher education, your higher mind, your learning, as well as possibly travel opportunities if you were at one point feeling constricted. By the time the sun moves into Gemini, there's going to be a more focal point on possibly your ability to travel. Saturn will help with that. There's a positive aspect to Saturn. So again, it's not all bad news. It's just an area of your life where you have to be kind of serious and responsible, or make up for the lack of growth you have, or lack of attention you've been giving that area or that house, that area of life. There's going to be, Mercury has moved into Gemini, so this is literally what you're seeing, me being like, that is Mercury in Gemini, and I have that natally in my birth chart, so I am cursed with that chattiness anyway. However, Venus, which is your ruling sign, Libra risings, as well as my sun sign Libras, you're very closely connected to planet Venus. It is the planet that rules over Libras. So again, something about that could be of benefit to Saturn over here in your house of dating. And I mean, Venus has a lot to do with love and relationships. It has to do with money and value. What we put value upon or invest our time and energy in. So it's very likely that some of you may feel some sense of relief in your dating life, especially once we have more planets concentrated in Gemini. Mercury is there now. Venus will be there around May 9th. And then the sun will move into Gemini. Oh gosh, I'm going to have to think about this. I want to say May 22nd-ish. That's rough time span. Anyway, when we start to see more planets concentrated in Gemini, again, something in your dating life, there may be a relief, a small relief, right? It's not necessarily going to be life-changing, but again, small steps lead to much bigger milestones. And the first card that came out in this reading when I was shuffling was the Four of Wands. That's a card of milestones. Socialization, reasons to celebrate, anniversaries, weddings, parties. So maybe you're going to meet someone at a social gathering, right? If you are indeed single. Your fourth house, it almost looks like especially if you grew up in a house full of women, or specifically sisters, or you have a lot of female cousins. I'm seeing big groups of women celebrating something. It could be a baby shower. It could also be a wedding. I'm seeing like bridesmaids or bachelorette parties. The large groups of women, and it's very lighthearted, beautiful energy. Three of Cups is Mercury in Cancer, so again, using our mind, our words, our expression to come from a place of nurturing, the heart space, very maternal, mothering type energy. So that's beautiful, and this could just be kicking it with your girlfriends, but it's showing up in your fourth house, which typically does have to do with family, your roots, your ancestry, the past. As well as, again, relationships to the mother, and also your property, your land, your residence, your home. So something about that, there may be small reasons to celebrate. Again, Three of Cups can be sort of a milestone of sorts. It's very lighthearted. Something about the Four of Wands feels much more accomplished, like we've had to put a lot of work and energy into it. This is more like, hey, catch up with the girls, grab some coffees, drink some mimosas. It's that kind of vibe. Even for my males out there, same thing goes. If you grew up in a house with all sisters, I would argue who's getting married, who's having babies, something like that. There's a reason to celebrate among groups of women. So yeah, money. Let's talk about that. This is happening in your sixth house. Jupiter is about to be sitting in your sixth house. Jupiter is typically a very lucky planet. You have that going on in a really nice aspect in your workhouses. So that's sort of why I have trepidation about the tower, because I don't know if this is bad. This could be like a bolt of lightning, something that comes out of nowhere, kind of like when my light went out at the beginning of this video. There was no rhyme or reason to why. The light isn't out. The bulb didn't break. There's no, there's no power lines down. Why did that happen? I don't know. Why is this happening? But I don't think it's bad. Especially with Jupiter, again, buoyancy, abundance, fortune, good luck, just jovial, lighthearted energy. That's about to impact whatever this tower moment is. So I wouldn't typically say this, but because of what's going on in this reading, this could be a big leap of faith where you have to you have to leap out of the comfort zone, and it may come at a time where it's very quick. You kind of have to jump on it while the opportunity exists, but if you do, this could be, instead of crashing and burning, it could be like a really beautiful swan dive into something else. I don't know why. I don't hate this tower. And I'll be honest, the tower can be a tricky thing. So again, I'm going to reiterate. If you're in a chapter in life where you're stuck and you are denying or resisting your growth into the next chapter or enabling your need to stay safe and comfortable, the tower is probably not going to be the most positive thing, but it will help you in the long run. If that's not the case, I'm even going to say this could be shocking or surprising news that actually ends very well for you, or even immediately upon hearing it, that recognition, yeah, there's something big that you're manifesting in your career. So right now your career has the Wheel of Fortune, the Tower, and the Magician. That's exactly what I'm talking about. With Mars energy, there's some sort of opportunity that it's definitely dazzling. With the Wheel of Fortune, I don't think it's just handed to you. I think there's an opportunity that says, oh, hey, if you want to work at this job, submit your resume by 5 p.m. and I'll put it on my boss's desk. Do you understand? It's not handed to you, but the opportunity is presented and it's what you make of it. So if you utilize that Mars energy, fast, quick, assertive, confidence, if you can put that Mars energy in and channel it into something very productive, you will see the blessing and the reward of this. And again, I think this is like, oh my gosh, where did that come from? Like, I barely know this person and they're already asking me out, or they're helping me get a new job, or I really do think that's what this is. And I am going to stick with this. I think this tower is probably representing where you're currently at. And like a bolt of lightning, an opportunity comes and you are freed from the tower, but it's not this, you don't get pushed out the window in metaphor. Someone's like, there's the exit sign. And you're like, oh, I want to go through there. But you didn't see it before. It wasn't revealed to you. Maybe there was something you couldn't see about this opportunity. Or again, it came in by a means that was unexpected or unanticipated. Again, this opportunity could come via a person, especially a King of Pentacles, that, again, you have no reason to think this person would be offering you such an opportunity, but I think they do. Yeah, that seems cool. The more I look at this and get into it, I like it a lot. For any of my Libras who work in literature, writing, science, or technology, there's a big opportunity up ahead for you. You may have to travel to get to this opportunity. I don't know if you would have to move to take the job or do some sort of training before you start the job that would require some sort of travel. But yeah, actually, your money houses right now, just in my personal opinion, look really good. Especially with the tarot cards. I'm sort of mixing astrology and tarot, obviously. If you didn't realize that, what are you doing? I'm just kidding, guys. Yeah, whatever this tower is, it also has a nice aspect, what we call a sextile, a 60-degree difference, which is nice. It works well together with all the planets in Taurus right now. So again, Venus is kind of at the tail end of Taurus. The sun is in Taurus. That's why it's Taurus season. So something about the sun is highlighting this area, and that's what I mean. It's like it's highlighting an escape route for you to get out of something that was holding you back, whether it was a relationship or very likely a job, or even if it's not a job, it could be just a position, a opportunity, a small opportunity that you got yourself in and you couldn't get yourself out of. If it wasn't meant to be, universe is like, there's the door, there it is, do you want to go through the door? And the thing is, I think this message feels like it's been there for a while, but you were not ready to see it or neglected to act on it, or just you simply weren't aware, right? Something about the sun is highlighting this opportunity. And again, I hate to reiterate over and over, this is not something that's like, here, take it. It's easy and it's free. This is like, hey, if you want this and you do this, it could work out for you. It takes a little bit of like, okay, I'm going to get it together and I'm going to do it myself. It's like the universe is trying to get you Libras out there to give yourself a pep talk and go after this thing. But yeah, the Magician showing up, I actually really like that. I say this a lot, not just to you, to a lot of signs. With the Magician showing up in your house of career, public image, but also authority figures, it's possible you may have gotten into some sort of contract or deal where you were very much bottom of the totem pole, or there was like a status system, and it could be the person on top talks a big game but doesn't deliver the goods, and that's what this could be. It's like, well, I've come to figure out kind of who this person is. It's not to say they're a bad person. I just don't necessarily think you guys want the same things anymore. Kind of some trickster energy, right? Again, I'm not throwing this person under the bus per se, but there is the potential for the idea of like illusion, the magician. You know, I pulled a rabbit out of my hat. Little did you know it was there the whole time, right? There's something about this person talks a big game. They're very charismatic. They have the attention of the room. Probably generally well liked, but it's like the more you pull back the layers and reveal things, I don't think this is you. I think this is someone you were working with or in a contract with. Let's put it that way. I think you came to find out this person's game, but once you did, you were like, well, now what? Like, I just got this job, or I just did this thing, and now it's like, that decision of, well, should I stay or should I go? A lot of you are justifying reasons why you should stay. And I'm not here to say you're wrong. I am here to say, I think a lot of you, again, with this movement of Jupiter in your 6th house, if they weren't there previously, new opportunities for expansion in your work life are going to come into play here. Even if it's just taking on more responsibilities at work, I would say it's probably things that you enjoy more, and it may relieve you of certain responsibilities that you don't. I really, really like that, Libra. All right, let's go around the zodiac once, just romantically catch the vibe for where the other signs are at with my Libras this week. Honestly, you have great cards, really great cards. If you've been arguing or fighting with a sibling, there will be a peace offering, or you guys will be able to move past it. You're going to be in the clear this week. And unless that's just you putting distance in the relationship, but the thing is, with the 6 of Swords, it brings you peace of mind. So yeah, there's mental clarity that comes with siblings or extended family. All right, Libra's dealing with a Libra. The World. You know, I actually like this. I think it's about completion and culmination of you guys being together. And I mean, I guess that could read multiple ways, but I don't get divorced from this. I think this might be joining worlds. It might be concluding chapters individually and bringing them together. I'm literally seeing like wedding rings. So for some of you, if it fits, take it and run with it. If you're dealing with a Scorpio, they might be feeding multiple mouths. My gut, yeah, it's icy. And if it's turned icy, it's because they have they're pursuing other options or other interests at minimum, but it's chilly this week with the Scorpio. And again, these are weekly readings. I never mean to offend you guys. You know that, right? Like, I am Team Libra. I'm rooting for you guys, but I'm going to be honest with what I see in the cards. So, because I know you guys are sensitive about your love life. I get it. If you're dealing with, hey, you know what? If you're dealing with a Sag, it's bomb. I like it. This person may have a little bit of a cockiness or an ego, but it's also kind of like, that's sexy. Like, it's that kind of like, I kind of like you. This is also about performance too. So performing on social media, it's because they want you to see it. Or vice versa, Libra. You're probably doing it too. I actually do dig the vibes there. I don't get arrogance there. It's more of like a put on because this person wants to impress you. If you're dealing with a Capricorn, I need one more on that. Are they a fool, or is this a fresh new start? Let's see. Yeah, it's a fresh new start. This person is interested in you. This person will probably communicate. That's interesting. Libra and Capricorn are squared. So that can be a challenging relationship, but not impossible, especially with these cards. I like that a lot. There may be talk of children or pregnancy. Very youthful cards. So if you're a single parent, you may connect with a Capricorn who is also a single mom or a single dad. If you're dealing with an Aquarius, in fact, that's what this could be too. Something about merging of children or households, like Brady Bunch style, Partridge Family, like you got your kids and I got mine. So if you're dealing with an Aquarius, there's potential for soulmates there, or connecting with someone from your past, particularly not a toxic ex, not someone that you hate. That's not what 6 of Cups is. 6 of Cups is like, oh, I feel all warm and fuzzy when I think about them. So if the feeling is mutual, there might be a connection from the past, or just a fresh new connection, but it's warm and fuzzy, it's soft, it feels good, it's sweet, that kind of thing. If you're dealing with a Pisces, someone here has control issues. And I'm not sure who it is. My gut reaction is that it might be you, Libra. You may have a lot of influence on this Pisces, but in a way where you're, whether you're male or female, you may be mothering this person too much when they kind of need to learn to, face their own demons or face their own problems. And I think it comes from a place of nurturing and love. This could certainly be your child for anybody who has a Pisces child, but there's a need to sort of allow them to live their own life. And again, if they come back to you, it's meant to be yours. That expression, release it. And if it comes back, it's yours. But I think this whatever this thing is, this person has become too reliant on you, if that makes sense to anyone. With the Aries, Probably a victory, unless there's a Cancer factoring into it. I actually do like this. They like how you dress. Something about your clothing, your, of course, Libra, beauty, your aesthetic, however you present yourself, this Aries is like, damn, like they're into it. You guys may also go on like a short little trip together, like a weekend trip, something like that. Or you're just going to continue to see each other. There's going to be like a back and forth of dating, maybe going over to each other's house. Chicka bow wow. All right, here we go. If you're dealing with a Taurus, King of Cups, they love you, absolutely. If you're dealing with a Gemini, the Sun, absolutely. Happy-go-lucky. It's light, it's airy, it's fun. Don't make it anything else. That's what it is. It's happy. It's nice. If you're dealing with a Cancer, the Star, wish fulfillment. So somebody here is hoping that you come in, or vice versa. You may be hoping on the Cancer. Who's the other person? Generally speaking, this I think is a good card. Yeah, I think this will pan out with the Cancer. With the Ace of Pentacles, an offer is being presented, and it's someone's wish to move forward with that. If you are dealing with a Leo, you already know the deal. It's not a secret. Your intuition has already told you everything you need to know. That's not good or bad. That's exactly what your intuition is telling you. You're right. That thing you were thinking about the Leo before I threw the card down, you're right. That's it. All right, if you're dealing with a Virgo, they seem to be defensive or just really busy right now. This person, I literally just heard this person needs a massage. Like, they're tense. This Virgo needs to, like, chill out, and you're probably going to be the person they go to. Just be careful this person isn't romancing multiple people at once. They're really busy. And to be honest, if you're, again, I always say this with Gemini. Sorry, I'm gonna reveal what's behind the curtain. With Gemini and Virgo, they are ruled by Mercury, the planet of communication, of texting, of chatting, do you understand? So if you're trying to make conversation with this person and they're not having it, I'm sorry, like, I don't know what else to tell you. That's literally their strong suit, is communication. So the Gemini looks great. Virgo's energy has been a little bit unusual this week. And again, I love my Virgo cross watchers. Sorry, it just has to be said. If Virgo is not texting you, like, what the fuck is up? Because in theory, they excel at that. Not every Virgo, of course, but generally speaking, that's the vibe. If this person has blocked you or they're not communicating, they're busy at work or they're just not interested. And so I guess you need to adjust your plans accordingly. I was really being told to hammer home that point. I could feel it in my energy. It's like we turned. Like, enough with this waiting on the Virgo who doesn't treat you well and blah, blah, blah. If that's your story, maybe you needed to hear it. Maybe you're not ready to hear it. That's okay. But yeah, that's what I got for you this week romantically. Yeah. Okay. Thanks for joining me, Libras. You know I love you guys, right? Remember to like the video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I would certainly appreciate it. And if you want to enter the competition to win a free tarot reading with me, there will be instructions on how to do so right now. What's up, guys? This is a friendly reminder to submit your name if you are looking to throw in a submission to the Win a Free Tarot Reading from me, the Intuitive Teacup. There will be 3 winners announced on May 9th, and in order to submit your entry, I am asking that you leave a comment on any video of your choice here on my channel. It has to be one of my videos, listing the 3 qualities you admire most about yourself, 3 qualities you find very likable or desirable, 3 things that you're proud of about yourself. So loyalty, trustworthy, creative, funny, compassionate, any of those things. It's up to you. Leave those 3 descriptor words, and next to it, I want you to include the hashtag Team Teacup. That's just simply to let me know that you're entering your name for the competition and not just leaving a random comment. So yeah, that is what you're being asked to do. 1 comment is 1 submission. You can submit as many times as you would like, aka leave as many comments as you want. They can be the same descriptors, different ones. That's entirely up to you. So there will be 3 winners. If you are a winner, I will comment on your comment as well as announce your name on my channel and my Instagram. From there, we will message privately and you will be allowed to submit 1 question you would like me to answer. And that's that. It's pretty easy, pretty basic. Of course, if you are not already subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do that. It really does help me. And I welcome you to join me over on Instagram because that was sort of the brainchild of this contest anyway. I reached 1,000 subs on Instagram, which is great. I love interacting with you guys there, and it allows me to do things here on YouTube that I can't. So welcome you to follow me over there or on Facebook. It's not necessary. It's not required to enter the competition, but you do need to submit to my YouTube channel or subscribe to my YouTube channel. All right, that's about it. So I look forward to announcing the winner Sunday, May 9th, so make sure you enter before then.